good day folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be felling two trees simultaneously. You can see this limb is tangled up in the white spruce. It's tangled up in the top. To fall these trees individually is really not possible. So what I'll basically be doing, at least I'm hoping
what you're planning on doing.
Maybe what I may be doing is I'll put a notch in both trees, and they should be aimed as close as possible in exactly the same direction, because they are supposed to fall together. Then I will put the back cut in the white spruce and set my hinge, and that's all. Then I will start the back cut on the white birch, and as I make progress getting the bar out of the way, I will put a wedge in. I think the weight will all carry in the direction that these will be aimed, but to be safe, we'll have a wedge there just in case.
And I'll stand behind a tree.
Good idea. Not one of these.
No.
All right, let's get to work.
That wasn't the plan? There goes the wedge. There she goes.
Oh,
Beauty. Beauty.
just exactly where I wanted them to go. A true thing of beauty. So I'm happy.
No doubt. And look at all the light in here.
What's that?
And look at all the light in here.
Yes. Well, and that's something we try and do too, right? Is get little patches of sunlight. There's a red maple right there. We should get lots of
We'll be happy to see down, I'm sure.
red maple for production, and a
Oh,
few,
just off to the side there.
few more years we'll get some oak in here. So yeah, feels
Cool.
good when it works.
We try not to video the ones that don't.
No, I don't think we particularly do that, although there's certainly stuff that's off video that didn't work very well, but not deliberately off video.
Just so you're out here when I'm not.
Right. Probably pay just a little bit more attention when you know you're going to be videoed, right? Just
Take a little bit more care.
less interest in looking stupid. Well, good evening, folks. A little after supper, jawned out into the woodlot for another amazing talking trees. And today, our victim is the mighty hemlock.
Doesn't look very mighty.
Well, it's the mightiest we have in the woodlot. Fortunately, or unfortunately, our property is quite devoid of hemlock. We have, over the course of the years, planted, perhaps 2 dozen, with about probably at least a 50% success rate, because deer do like nibbling them too. So this is our prize. This is the biggest one. He was,
Wow.
maybe down something like that as a seedling when we picked him up off the roadside, thanks to a kindly neighbor, and brought him onto the property. One of the annoying things I found about hemlock was the ones that we had initially got were basically roadside, had even, I think, been mowed off a time or two. And anyhow, we brought them and planted them, and 6 months, a year later, you'd see, they seem to have a few little needles. 2 years later, they seem to be losing more. They would take literally about 3 years to die. I have never seen a tree so slow, which is good in a way, I guess. Anyhow, the hemlock is a true valuable tree of the true mature Acadian forest. It's very shade tolerant, very long lived, in certain conditions up to 800 years. Its one drawback right now is the hemlock woolly adelgid, which is a bug.
Oh, I hate bugs.
Right. That is seriously damaging the trees. Like, it is fatal to them in 90+% of the cases. Presently, I don't think we have any in New Brunswick. There's certainly down in Nova Scotia, particularly around Ketchian-Kuchik National Park. For identification, the hemlock has a very small but flat needle. So it's the only flat needle other than the balsam fir, but is certainly much smaller than the balsam fir. And if you look onto the underside, now you'll have to have your glasses on if you need them for close up, you'll see a fairly distinct white line on the bottom side of the, and there, if you notice the strange form, they're called lacy. They seem to be quite irregular in their they're like,
And they're drapey.
yeah, drapey, lacy, the terminology. So they're coniferous, of course, softwood. Uh, the wood is very good for outdoor projects. It's right there, as far as I know, with cedar and tamarack for its ability to be used outdoors. Otherwise, it doesn't have really any commercial value. It's not used for regular 1x boarding or 2x4, 2x6, framing. Let me see, what else do I know?
I don't think they do any furniture with hemlock, do they?
I mean,
don't recall
certainly
ever.
do some under structural pieces that may not require, so it's hard to say for sure. So it's in relatively short supply compared to its original location in the Acadian forest. Was cut quite hard for railroad ties back in the 1800s. Was also used and simply cut down, and the bark was used for the tannin for tanning leather. So it got kind of abused, and it really doesn't deserve that kind of treatment. But we're hopeful that we will, over time, get some restored here on the property. And
800 years from now, right?
well, I don't mind waiting.
You'll hang around and see.
Yeah, just hang around and keep an eye on things. Anyhow, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you next time, guys.